Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm doing this video over the phone, so it's going to be a little different, kind of like the old style. I've been doing more and more with the camera that I have in there to try to give you the best approach. But sometimes when it's not really much to show, I want to like use this one so you get to see the office and the changes that I have done in here. Got a lot of equipment and all the tools in order to give you the best service possible. A lot of simulators and parts. Almost all the computers that I service, I got all parts in stock. All right, this time working in a 2004 ECM0402 Marine ECM. This is coming from New York. David, he sent his computer. Uh, well, it got here actually today, a few hours ago, like maybe 3 hours or so ago. And they're trying to get the boat back into the water because I get some activity that they want to go. He wants to go. So this is a 4.3 liter Alpha, and his concern. Let me just cover a little bit. It says hesitates and does not accelerate, then won't start. Mechanic is telling me this is a faulty ECM. All right, so obviously I cover the rest of the information so you get not to see his name. I got the computer running in idle. It's holding the idle perfectly. We have fuel pump relay on injectors, and we can see the milliseconds of injector per bank, right? Because this is two drivers, it fires four injectors per bank. And then we have an EST signal for the ignition module that is here, and it's all working main power relay. Everything is good and signals are looking really good. This is a substituted value for the IAC and it's working good. We got sensor ground and sensor power, so that's why we got that full 5 volt reference voltage in there, which is connected to the computer. I always open these modules to make sure they're not full of water and I don't short my equipment and waste time and something that is not repairable. It's not the case. It's actually looking very clean. We have 100% power. So you can see right here, it's 100% power. All the values that I always give to this computer with the engine not running is 150.8 and 60.8 on the manifold temperature. Those are my control pits to see if any of the faults that I go in the history are yours or mine. Unluckily for you, there looked like the mechanic erased the history of the faults before sending the computer, so I got nothing to go by to help you and try to help him because realistically, this is not a computer that erased the faults. Somebody did. And the reason I'm saying that is I want to use this. Do we have the latest or, sorry, not the latest, the engine runtime 357. And definitely somebody was here because the total running time we have here is 40, let me see, 37, 47, 46, 53, like 54 hours total out of 350 something. Somebody erased the hours as well, the total hour or engine runtime. They cannot erase the total hours, but they can erase the RPM history and also the faults. So scrolling on the faults, we only have 3 faults. And the 3 faults that we have are the PTOD and other faults are just because they're not connected. I want you to see the temperature on the coolant and the temperature on the intake, 150.8, 60.8. Those are definitely mine in here. If we go to the next fault, same temperatures, again, mine. And then the only last fault, or the first fault, sorry, 60 and 150. So those, all the faults are mine. Nothing in here on this computer to go by, and it's running good. So let me go back to the data, and I'm going to select some of the pits so we can see from the distance. I'm going to put the RPM in here, and then let's get the throttle position, which is right now is in 15%. I'm going to put the IAC as well, so we can, because I'm going to get close to what we got there. I'm going to put the manifold pressure as well because I'm going to change it. So we get to see this pit from the distance better. So let me raise the idle first. I'm going to go over to, let's say 2000 RPMs. All right, so we're around 2000 RPMs. I'm going to change the throttle and you will see the change in there. So I'm going to go like around 30%, just, I'm putting any numbers in there. We can definitely see how the IAC change. I'm going to change the manifold pressure, and I want you to see the injector milliseconds. It has to change accordingly. So I'm going to go around 8%, or sorry, 8 psi, around there. See, it went to 5.4. That is good, and look at that, the pressure is right there. That is exactly what's happening. And we still got 100% power. I'm going to put that in there so we can see that again from the distance. Nothing wrong here. All the signals, injectors, and EST signals are there. So let me go up to 4,000 RPMs. We can go even probably 4,800, and then I can give, a lot more throttle. Uh, yeah, let me just, I was looking for the throttle. I'm gonna go to like around 90%, and then I'm going to move the map to around 10 psi, 10, 12 psi. That's 11. In between 10 to 12, that's what I have seen. Again, now look at the IAC. It's in 100%. We got 4,000, 90% throttle, 100% power. The manifold air pressure is correct. Injection milliseconds 7.7 in pristine signals. Fuel pump, everything is there. So nothing is wrong with this computer. Nothing that I can see. And again, without fault codes, I cannot help you. So let me bring this down to idle and see if it stalls. But usually when I accelerate it like that, now all the components inside the computer are getting warm because the more that you run the computer or high RPMs, it warms up a lot. So let me bring the throttle, which is now in 80 or something percent, to between 6 to 10, anywhere in there. Disregard that because that was my fingers. And bring the map to around 610. That's what I like to put in at idle, 6.1 psi. And give me just 1 second to adjust it slowly. But yeah, we can see idle is a steady 100% power, manifold of 610, IAC now at 40%, and the throttle around 8. So disregard those changes in there. That if I put the other power supply, that will clean up a lot better. Not really need necessary as long as I keep that bulb and I don't put the original IAC. That is just the power supply on my simulator, but the computer has 100% and is running clean. We got no fault codes and everything is working good. So I'm sorry, but with all history, I cannot even give you recommendations. All I can say, everything is perfect in here, and you're gonna have to have your mechanic to check in the boat because no, it's absolutely nothing wrong with this computer. All right, David, I'm sorry I cannot give you any more help, but at least now you know that your computer is good, and tell your mechanic to keep doing the homework because yeah, the problem is definitely not here. I just want to show you closely. The computer open, nice and clean, no corrosion. I mean, it's a 2004. I can recommend to do a refresh, but that would be just to elongate the life of that computer, but not to correct any issues you have in the boat. So when you have issues in the boat, I don't like to do that unless I got a history that I can say, okay, yeah, this is definitely something that is necessary because it was like low voltages or something like that. But with no history, I rather remove myself, correct the issues in the boat, and if you later on want to repair the computer to keep it for a very long time, because they can get burned because components that are 20, 21 years old are in the limit or in the end of the lifespan of those components, and I can repair that. But again, that will not correct any situation that you have right now. All right, David and guys, I hope that you like the content. And this is testing that I always do, try to reproduce concerns or at least give the okay in a computer that is working good like this one. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe. That helps my channel a lot in my business. So thank you so much if you do so. I will see you next time. Bye bye.